Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Storage at Home Rent-to-Own Portable Buildings in Gina. We did see a few showers and thunderstorms get close to our area, but it stayed a little bit to the east as the cold front comes through. As we make our way into tomorrow, that cold front will continue to sag to the south, so we do have the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm or two. So it looks like some of the wet weather will be returning to our area, but we are expecting temperatures to stay warm for the rest of the week. In fact, it will continue to heat up. We'll have more details on this coming up in just a little bit.
Welcome to ABC31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. In a few months, there will be a change in leadership in Alexandria. After nearly 12 years on the job, Mayor Jacques Roy says he's not running for office again. ABC31's Joanna Phillips has more on this, plus who's eyeing the job in our big story tonight.
Yesterday, the current mayor of the city of Alexandria, Jacques Roy, announced that he will not run for a fourth term. Roy became the 23rd mayor of Alexandria in 2006. A letter from Roy was released yesterday stating that he would not qualify this week for re-election despite encouragement from residents. Mayor Roy could not be reached to elaborate on his statement. And tomorrow begins qualifying for the November 6th primaries, when an election will be held for the mayoral position. Qualifying will last until this Friday, July 20th. So far, 2 candidates have announced that they'll seek the position: District 26 State Representative Jeff Hall and attorney Catherine Davidson. Rumors have been circulating about other possible candidates, but we'll have more on that tomorrow as qualifying for the November primaries begin. To read Jacques Roy's full announcement on his decision to not run for a fourth term, you can visit the KLAX TV website. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Qualifying for the November 6th primaries runs tomorrow through Friday. Qualifying for congressional elections is done in Baton Rouge, while all local races, including regular, municipal, and specials, as well as parish school boards, are held in the offices of the parish clerk of court. The highest profile races in Rapides Parish include a special election to fill the unexpired term of retired state judge Tom Yeager and, of course, for the mayor of Alexandria. Other races in Alexandria include councilman at large, now held by Jim Ballard, and districts 2 and 4, held respectively by Roosevelt Johnson and Harry Silver. Now, another mayoral race with a lot of attention is in the town of Ball, where former Mayor Roy Hebron is apparently seeking his old seat, even though he might not be permitted to hold office because he served time in a federal prison. With the new fiscal year underway, State Treasurer John Schroeder is addressing the state budget. Schroeder says the state needs budget reform to avoid future fiscal cliffs.
A few weeks, and I just sort of cautioning everybody that yes, we raised revenue and we sort of got rid of this cliff. But we didn't really fix anything. We didn't fix any of the core problems that we have that caused the cliff to begin with. So I just want to work and educate the public. I want to make sure that the legislature and the governor don't sort of forget that we have some problems. And I'm not saying they are. I'm sort of being a little sassy, but we need to go to work. We need to go to work and fix it now. There's no reason to wait 2 years, 3 years. Everybody knows what the problems are, and I think they need to start immediately in fixing those.
The treasurer also called on state leaders to develop a single-source tax collection system. A recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling will allow states to collect additional internet sales tax, which Schroeder says will require a single-source collection. Motivational speaker, author, and Cajun humorist Kurt Boudreau joined the Rotary Club of Alexandria today to speak about something we all get caught up in, the routine of everyday lives.
The title of my program today is called You Only Go Around Once. And the idea behind this is that we kind of get caught up in the day-to-day routines and things of that sort, and we find that life has passed us by. And so I believe that to really enjoy a full life, complete life, and a good life, we can do it 3 ways. 1, choose a positive attitude, because I say choose because it's a choice. Attitude is a choice. Secondly, take positive risk. If we're going to grow and develop our potential, we have to step out of that comfort zone and take the risk. And as we do that, that comfort zone grows. It gets larger and larger. And then lastly, live each day with enthusiasm. Have fun. If we go through the day looking at all the problems we have and the things that go wrong, we're going to be miserable. So the idea is to understand that it's our choice.
Kurt has been speaking professionally since 1989 and incorporates humor into his programs to remind the audience that a little laughter can go a long way. Grant deputies make a number of drug arrests, all connected to routine patrols and traffic stops, and all of them are unrelated. Deputies arrested 3 in the Black Creek community. They're 32-year-old Richmond Davis of Dry Palm, 37-year-old Lisa Ward, and 36-year-old Henry Wilson, both of Pineville. The traffic stop results in the arrest of 60-year-old Ricky Hall of Pollock, and 60-year-old Cecil Tingle of Colfax was arrested after a traffic accident. All of those arrests involved crystal meth. The Greek Life Implementation Committee has released its report on how to improve Greek life on LSU's campus. WBRZ's Danielle Jackson has that story.
We're in this together, the Greek community and the faculty and the staff and the other students, to make LSU as good as we can make it.
It's going to take a village to ensure the LSU Greek life community makes steps towards transparency. University President F. King Alexander releasing the final Greek life implementation report, made up of recommendations from the Greek Task Force Committee, created weeks after a hazing incident that claimed the life of LSU freshman and pledge Max Groover.
It's a big step for LSU to say, yes, we understand that our Greek community has had some difficulties in the past, and how are we going to help them to move forward in the future.
And that move into the future includes existing policies from the Greek Life Task Force Committee, which include banning alcohol from any Greek recruitment activities and relocating fraternity tailgating to chapter houses beginning this football season.
The university is here.
Ken McMillan spoke to me not on behalf of LSU administration, but on behalf of the faculty at LSU. What's new is the Oversight Committee, which will look over Greek affairs and Greek activity twice a year.
And with that oversight, that's been one of the missing pieces. So that may be one of the major changes, that now there is official university oversight over Greek affairs as well as the other student organizations.
McMillan describes the viewpoint of the committee and how they decided on issues.
We looked at things from what I would call a more holistic viewpoint, a broader viewpoint of what is best for the student and what's best for university, and how do we mesh those together.
If you're not a fan of doing Social Security paperwork, there's a new and easy option available. Nicholas Ort stopped by earlier this week to give us the details.
We can, just like I was last time I was on, I was telling you about all the different things you can do with on online and socialsecurity.gov. And the first thing you need to do is create a MySSA account. That's what we were pushing last time, so we're still pushing now. It's really, if you want to avoid the long lines, want to avoid coming to the office, there are so many things you could do online at socialsecurity.gov with the MySSA account. Before we talked about how you could file for your Social Security retirement, how you could check your earnings, how you could file for disability, retirement, Medicare. Now what's just rolled out is what we talked about last time too, was the replacement Social Security card option. Louisiana has been in line for a while now, and it finally is our turn. We've been working with the DMV to try to get the new license that rolled out. Right. They're finally able to verify all of your information through a MySSA account to replace your Social Security card online. Probably 25% of our traffic every day in our Social Security office is just for replacement Social Security card. Right. So we're trying to help those people by not having to come in, not having to pull a ticket and stand in line. And there's a few different things I was going to tell you, criteria that if you meet, you can replace.
You can visit socialsecurity.gov for more information on how you can avoid the hassle of that paperwork and lines. Earlier today, the Chamber of Commerce welcomed Endurance Mortgage to Pineville with a ribbon cutting. It has a 38-year history in the area. Workers say they offer a variety of loan products and say they are ready to help anyone through the process, including first-time buyers. Rice producers in Louisiana have had 3 difficult growing seasons in a row, but right now, this year's crop is looking good. Farmers attending the LSU Ag Center's Rice Field Day heard about research being conducted. Ag Center correspondent Craig Gautreaux has this report from Crowley.
For the past 3 harvests, rice yields have been lower by as much as 20% in some regions of Louisiana. But even though it got off to a slow start, this year's crop is poised to be an excellent one.
I think the yield potential of this year's crop in Louisiana looks very good, a lot better than what we've seen in the past 3 years where we've seen some really challenges here in Louisiana.
This optimism is also being shared by some of the area farmers.
For the most part, what I'm seeing out there riding around, not only mine but a lot of others, that it's good, it's thick, the heads look good, so we could see a very, very good crop.
May was dry across Louisiana, so plant diseases were not much of an issue. Rains in June caused an uptick in the diseases sheath blight and blast in some rice fields, and growers need to be aware of them because of the havoc they can cause.
For sheath blight, it's if you don't do anything, it's from 10 to 20% yield loss. With blast, it's a much more devastating disease. It might be up to 70–80% damage.
Growth said fungicides are effective, but they must be used in a correct, timely manner to help prevent the diseases from developing resistance to them. Ag Center researchers are examining the best practices for growing furrow-irrigated rice because interest in this technique is growing.
You can use less water, which is one of the biggest draws to it. Another draw is you can actually put some land into rice production that normally is not capable of holding a flood.
Harold said the biggest challenge is managing the nitrogen fertilizer needed to grow the rice. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gocho reporting.
Louisiana's rice crop is expected to be around 420,000 acres this year, a slight increase from last year.
Only one doctor brings health right to your home.
Every day is a new chance for change, and everyone can start right now.
Make an appointment with Dr. Oz. Check in for your daily checkup.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Unfortunately, our heat wave will continue for the next few days. We do have the possibility, though, of an isolated afternoon thunderstorm. Temperatures, though, really won't cool down for the next few days. In fact, we could see 100 degrees by the end of the week, and we're going to be close to that through the weekend. Unseasonably hot conditions will linger into next week. There isn't going to be much relief as high pressure really dominates our weather, and it's just keeping us really dry and really hot. Temperatures this afternoon climbed to around 96 degrees in Alexandria. 95 was the high in Leesville. Lake Charles down to the south, just a little bit cooler, around 93 degrees. Our dew points are still in the 70s, and they will stay that way for the next few days. So very steamy air and south winds just transporting all that moisture from the Gulf. So we are going to see our moisture increase as we head into tomorrow. This comes ahead of a cold front that will continue to sag to the south, so it will bring us that possibility of a stray thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. So if it does come, we are going to see maybe a little bit more cloud cover, and of course with the rain it will give us temporary relief, but overall temperatures will be quite warm, well above normal. Our normal for this time of year as far as highs, around 92 degrees, but we're going to be a few degrees warmer than that tomorrow, and then from there we'll be around 100 degrees by the end of the week and staying near that century mark into the weekend. So it's going to be quite hot, so hopefully your air conditioner is working well. But for tonight, expect mostly cloudy conditions. There could be a few isolated storms across the area, but overall temperatures will remain mild. 75 degrees in Alexandria, 77 degrees in Otis. Partly sunny skies tomorrow. Increase in clouds in the afternoon. There could be a stray afternoon thunderstorm or two. 96 for the high in Boise, 95 degrees in Colfax. In Oak Grove, just a little bit cooler, around 91 degrees. And then from there, we continue to climb. 96 degrees from Thursday. There could be an isolated afternoon thunderstorm as well, and then we're going to see plenty of sunshine for your Friday. Century mark is what we're expecting. Overnight lows will be in the mid to upper 70s, and then we'll be close to 100 degrees over the weekend with highs around 99 degrees on a Saturday, 98 degrees on Sunday. Partly cloudy skies early next week. Temperatures in the upper 90s, so it's going to be quite hot through the next 7 days. That's a look at your forecast, the century mark.
Oof. All right. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
When temperatures rise, some don't always have the luxury of turning on a thermostat. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly. You can help by dropping off a fan at a location near you. Fans will be collected and distributed by each parish's Council on Aging provider. Remember, keeping cool isn't something that comes easy for everyone. Help us to bring some relief from the summer heat to those less fortunate.
When it comes to cleaning up the streets of Boston,
This is who I am. This is what I do. Now get me in there. He did it. And I know where the proof is.
it's ladies first. Rizzoli and Isles.
Weekends at 11 on KLAX TV.
When a case seems unsolvable, they see the incredible. Murder, motive, secrets. Bones Weekends.
Watch Bones. Weekends on KLAX ABC 31.